Welcome to The Old Boar Plays City Skylines. This is part 2 of a 3-part video sub-series where I'm showing you what I do to balance out my cities. I've disabled automatic bulldozing. The first video, I took out some zoning of some commercial and added some zoning of some industrial. In this video, I'm going to be balancing out my passenger train lines. Our population has grown, and we're still using the same trains. So I'm going to be changing out some of the trains to make our train lines more efficient. This is the TWINDEXX generic. This is a train I'm going to be removing because it's actually a diesel train. This is the downtown north line. This is a nice train. It's actually a little bit dark for the lighting on my map. This mod that I'm using is called Improved Public Transport 2. It actually gives you a little bit more details about your lines. This train is actually a great train. It holds 500 passengers. And you can see that we have 314 here on the train, 79, 129. This train has 500 people on it. And we have this many people waiting at our stops. By the time those trains get back there, they'll be picking up more people. So we want to add a train that has at least 500 passengers. By looking at this, we may not need more than 3 trains, but because our population is still growing, I'm going to go ahead and put 4 in. So we want to remove these 4 vehicles. Now we're going to select the type of vehicle we're using. I've installed some new trains, and I'll leave all of those in the description of the video. This is the TWINDEXX NAH.SH. It's a 4-car train and holds 560 passengers. I'm going to click it to select it, then I'm going to hold down Shift, and I'm going to add 4 of these. These are queued, and when I unpause the game, it'll change out that train. This is the new train, and I've picked it because it's really nice. It's a 4-car train. Really long trains have a hard time coming out of these short stations. So you want to pick some trains that have high passenger capacity. And this one just happens to be green, which is the green line for downtown north. I'm going to ride the train out, see how it performs. This is the first time I've ever used it. You can download some really nice trains that have some painted sides, and I have problems with those. Some of the painted trains, even though they look really good, they cut down on your performance. This is a tutorial series for you to learn all about Railway 2 train networks. I'm putting in train infrastructure first before I build out my population. So we have the downtown north line balanced out. And we'll take a look at the university line. This is the FLIRT generic, 4 cars, 240 passengers. You can see we're filling up. I thought about adding one more car to that line, but I think I'll leave it as it is. You don't want to leave passengers on the platform unless you have to. This is the airport line, which is also the TWINDEXX generic diesel train. It's the red line, and we're going to change it out. This is the TWINDEXX NAH.SH 4. We're going to add 2 of those. This is a 560 passenger vehicle. It's taking out 40. We'll take a train ride out to the airport. This train filled up at the airport. Might add one more train to this. The vehicle is queued and it'll spawn in a minute, and then it'll add to this vehicles on this line. This is the downtown east line. And we'll take a look at it. This is an airport express train. We don't want that. This is the ALC 42 Amtrak 5-car train. We have 893 people waiting to get on this train. But we definitely want to do something about that. This is the diesel train. This is a 560 passenger train. It's the TWINDEXX DB MSX. It's a red train. We're going to add 4 trains to this line, holding down shift. Quite a few people waiting around. This is the Amtrak ALC 42 5-car train. It carries 400 passengers. Here comes the first train that we just configured. Picked up 479. This is the Airport East line, and I've got a dummy shunter that I'm using in my rail yard to animate my rail yard. So we need to take passengers to the airport from this station and this station, from these two towns. We're going to add 3 trains. This is the train we just added. This is the Bombardier. This is the Bombardier TWINDEXX Vario Deutsche Bahn 4-car train. Holds 560 passengers. You can see that 1 is queued. 2 are on the rails. We've got quite a few passengers waiting on this train. This train filled up. This train is carrying just a few. This is our university line, which also filled up. We may want to add 1 more of those. This is the Meadowland line. It's also a 240 passenger train. It's only got 1 train and it's full. We might also add another train to that line. This is the train we added to the university line, and it's already got 212 passengers. This is our downtown west line. We have 430 here. Let's take a look at this. We have 8 trains. You can see the amount of passengers that are also on those trains. And my population hasn't quite grown to its maximum. I'm shooting for about 250,000 people, because that's about when City Skylines starts to really slow down, especially when you're using all of these high resolution assets like Railway 2. So we might ride this train out and see actually what it looks like. Let's see how many are on this. This is about half full. This train is almost full. If your trains are almost to capacity, you might want to take a look at your zoning areas to see how many passengers are waiting and how much of your zoned residential is actually waiting to come in. These trains going back are about half full, so I think we're good. Still got growth coming in here. Growth coming in here and here. Lots of room to grow. We're probably good with this many trains on this line. One of the things I like to do when my cities are all balanced, everything's running like clockwork, I like to straighten up all my rail lines, fix the zoning, name the stops. If you're like me, you play City Skylines to relax. I'm not only cleaning up my rail lines, I'm just taking some train rides, just for the relaxation of it. This is the Hellgate Bridge Complex. Really nice asset. Lots of population growth to come, so I think filling up our trains about halfway full. This many trains on this line should be okay. Those dual line elevated platform stations need to be really level for you to come out of those with train tracks. This blue line, which is downtown west, probably needs to be switched to the other side so that the train isn't waiting for the university line. The one on top of it is the university line. I'm just going to hold down shift and drag that to the right so that the blue line's not waiting for that university train to come out of its station. The yellow line is downtown east. The yellow line is downtown east. And our trains are about at capacity or halfway full. We might have to add another train, anticipating the population growth. I just opened up my info views, clicked transport, and this improved public transport 2. Sometimes you have to click it twice in order for this to appear below it. This is our airport line. We have 3 trains on it. It looks good. If we add more aircraft stands, we might see those fill up a bit better. This is our university line. We have 3 240 passenger trains. Another thing you can do is you can queue up this train when this one's pretty much out of the station and at its other stop. So if we wanted to add a train right now, it's going to time those trains a little bit better. You can see this one is at its stop, this one's at its stop, this one's here. But I think we're good for now on that line. This is the downtown west line, the one we just took the train ride on. We're pretty much at half capacity, a little bit over half here. Eight trains on that line, 560 passengers each. A lot of growth coming into that area, but I think we're good for now. This is the Meadowland line. It's a 240 passenger train. And we've got 226 waiting here. We might add another train to it, so people aren't waiting around. And again, want to do that when your train's not in the station. So as soon as you see your train come out, this train came out, we're going to watch it. It's going away from the station. This one's on its way back. And about right now is when I want to cue this one up. I messed it up a bit. This one just came in the station. So you can see we have a train here coming in and a train getting to its station, and this one's right in the middle. That's almost perfectly timed. And now we're not going to have people waiting around. If you watch this for a while, you'll get the hang of it. These stops and trains also appear in the regular vanilla game. So let's take a look at the downtown north line. This is our train station that we're at now. If you click on that, it'll take you to it. We have 306 people waiting. We have 4 trains. This one's coming back. This one stopped. This is downtown north 5. This is 6. This is the last stop. And we have the train coming in full to our station here. So I dropped everybody off, picked almost everybody up, Now when your population gets to be about 220, 250,000, you're going to want to do this again. Here's a train waiting. This train is coming in from Meadowland, and it's waiting for that train to move out. So again, with advanced stop selection, we can take that line and move it over. Whichever one comes on top, I'm just going to hold down on my shift key, drag with my mouse button, and move the stop to here. That way this train is not waiting on the other one to leave the station. The yellow line can come in even if the red line is in the station. This one has the same problem. This light yellow line is going to wait on the green line to move out of the station. So the green line highlights first. Hold down shift and just drag it across. Now your trains aren't waiting on each other. It's important because you want to keep your train lines timed. Now you can see our University line and our Downtown West line are unloading and loading people without having to wait on each other. Well, thank you for watching the Old Boar Plays City Skylines. Take care now.